Law number 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Judgment. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through the reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it sleeps, however, you are vulnerable and will be attacked on all sides. Make your reputation unassailable. Always be alert to potential attacks and thwart them before they happen. Meanwhile, learn to destroy your enemies by opening holes in their own reputations. Then stand aside and let public opinion hang them. The people around us, even our closest friends, will always to some extent remain mysterious and unfathomable. Their characters have secret recesses. They never reveal. The unknowableness of other people could prove disturbing if we thought about it long enough, since it will make it impossible for us really to judge other people. So we prefer to ignore this fact and to judge people their appearances on what is most visible to our eyes. Clothes, gestures, words, action in the social realm, appearances are the barometer of almost all of our judgment, and you must never be misled into believing otherwise. One false sleep, one awkward or sudden change in your appearance can prove disastrous. This is the reason for the supreme importance of making and maintaining a reputation that is of your own creation. That reputation will protect you in the dangerous game of appearances, distracting the probing eyes of others from knowing what you are really like and giving you a degree of control over how the world judges you, a powerful position to be in. In the beginning, you must work to establish a reputation for one outstanding quality, whether generosity or honesty or cunning. This quality sets you apart and gets other people to talk about you. You then make your reputation known to as many people as possible. A solid reputation increases your presence and exaggerates your strength without your having to spend much energy. It can also create an aura around you that will instill respect, even fear. In the fighting in the North African desert during World War II, the German General Erwin Rommel had a reputation for cunning and for deceptive maneuvering that struck terror into everyone who faced him. Even when his forces were depleted and when British tanks outnumbered his by 5 to 1, entire cities would be evacuated at the news of his approach. Make your reputation simple and base it on one sterling quality. This single quality, efficiency, say, or seductiveness becomes a kind of calling card that announces your presence and places others under a spell. Reputation is a treasure to be carefully collected and hoarded, especially when you are first establishing it. You must protect it strictly, anticipating all attacks on it. Once it is solid, do not let yourself get angry or defensive at the slanderous comments of your enemies. That reveals insecurity, not confidence, in your reputation. Take the high road instead, and never appear desperate in your self-defense. On the other hand, an attack on another man's reputation is a potent weapon, particularly when you have less power than he does. He has much more to lose in such a battle, and your own, thus for small reputation, gives him a small target when he tries to return your fire. But this tactic must be practiced with skill. You must not seem to engage in petty vengeance. If you do not break your enemy's reputation cleverly, you will inadvertently ruin your own. Never go too far in your attacks, for that will draw more attention to your own wakefulness than to the person you are slandering. When your own reputation is solid, use subtler tactics such as a satire and ridicule, to weaken your opponent while making you out of the charming grove. The mighty lion toys with the mouse that crosses his path. Any other action would mar his fearsome reputation. Imagine a mine full of diamonds and rubies. You dug for it, you found it, and your wealth is now assured. Guard it with your life. Robbers and thieves will appear from all sides. Never take your wealth for granted, and constantly renew it. Time will diminish the jewels, luster, and bury them from sight. Therefore, I should wish our courtier to bolster up his inherent worth with skill and cunning, and ensure that whenever he has to go where he is a stranger, he is preceded by good reputation. For the fame which appears to rest on the opinions of many fosters a certain unshakable belief in a man's worth, which is then easily strengthened in minds already thus disposed and prepared.